Hi Virgo, welcome to your monthly scopes. As always, keep in mind that this is just a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences at this time. If you would like a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. So, Virgo, the month of June can be felt a little bit as a journey of healing and contemplation upon the real needs that need to be met, nourished, and fulfilled that haven't been so far. So, for one side, June can bring a certain degree of vulnerability to the surface, making you feel sometimes lonely, needy, or simply distressed with the circumstances from which you are surrounded by at this time that are not meeting your needs and fulfilling your desires, and at the same time putting you on a place where you can maybe finally understand where certain insecurities come from and how to go about it and release yourself from any type of negative attachments, unhealthy dependencies that are not promoting the sense of fulfillment and joy that you are looking for. So you have some negative focus here, but at the same time you have this amount of contemplation and sharpness of mind that you can use at your favor to bring truth to the table, to bring truth to you first and foremost about what it is that is not right, that needs some adaptation, some um, some contemplation of things that maybe you haven't really paid attention before, and that now are becoming more and more and more obvious, that are really important to bring you to a place of fulfillment and even feeling more secure and less lonely and abandoned either by life, relationships, and things that seem that are out of your grasp and that for others are so easy to attain. But those thoughts patterns are about our own victim mentality and focusing too much on whichever and whomever we have lost without really understanding the meaning of that loss, which always have some gain under in the underlying note, as the underlying note of whatever disappointments we have suffered. And the disappointments here are really about, first of all, our own vulnerabilities and insecurities that we tend to project into others, into life circumstances that we want to attain to a certain way. We want to attain some security to physical attachments, and when they are gone, we start doubting all of our worth and the self value that we should give to ourselves, to our own inner resources, knowing that our security, the real security, is not dependable on physical items or in having the luxuries of life and the abundance of life as the only thing to look at, as finances and money and career always have as well an important spiritual energy and work to be to be, I'm sorry, some spiritual sense, because it's energy and because it's about the sharing, the give and take, and the flow of life. And depending on how well we are receiving or giving, so the same reflection will happen not only in the physical aspects of life, but in all of them. And so you have the Five of Cups in the body position. So there's this sense that there was some, there could be some changes in your physical environment, in your work life, that are bringing you some disappointment, some bitterness, and some negative focus into things that you should be putting into perspective, because there's still um, some fulfillment and some joy to be found in the physical surroundings at this time, but you cannot see them because you are too focused on what is not right and what is not going right. In reality, if things are happening in a certain way, it's because they are meant to. And what is lost is our expectations, the expectations we created of how things should be. This change is going to put you in this journey again, and this flow to other circumstances that at the end are going to provide something that you are looking for, which is support, feeling supported, feeling that you have um, the abundance from within and so without. In the spiritual position, in the spirit position, you do have the Five of Pentacles. So there's a sense of feeling, you may be feeling an outcast in June. You may feel that things are not going um, in the way that you feel understood. You feel that you belong. You feel that you have a place. You feel that you fit in. You may suffer from some of these patterns and you may withdraw. But as well, be careful not to be pushing aside and dismissing people in your life that are really there to support you, but you cannot see them. You cannot trust them. You cannot let them in. You cannot reveal yourself without your defenses collapsing, because there's that work to be done in terms of unhealthy thought patterns, in terms of feeling that you are always chained to a circumstance that is not bringing you the freedom of expression, the freedom of action towards your real goals and your real desires. But in order for you to achieve that freedom, that truth, you need to release yourself from those um, unhealthy, unconscious uh, thoughts you have about yourself and your ability to do so. You have to build a better foundation of trust and learn to nourish yourself as well and promote on your own that sense of belonging that you so much desire. There's some neediness here that may um, put you in a trap of either relating with unhealthy people, unhealthy relationships, or just engaging in very obsessive type of thoughts that are just going to open wider that wound and open wider that sense of emptiness and something that is missing, which is your ability to just put your face towards the sunlight. In June, try you could be feeling more depressed, or you could be feeling more down and weary and just not feeling great, dissatisfied, and you may feel sorrow, you may feel lonely, but you can take all of this to help you, and you may ask how. This is something that you have to discover for yourself, which is the shadow work. How can you use your shadow to help you see the light, to help you improve something about yourself? And once you put your focus into discovering layers after layers after layers of your being, no longer it will seem so hard and so lonely to be in this process of healing. Also, there is a sense that you are looking, you may be looking in June for things from a very distant perspective. There's this sense of you watching and observing everything from far, which again can be great because it can help you achieve some good insights if you allow so, and you are advised to do some inner contemplation, but it can also heighten that sense of being far out and out in the cold and not feeling that there's that feeling of togetherness with with whatever and whomever you're trying to feel that. So it's not necessarily just huge negative month and energy. It's just one where you may feel things in a more powerful, intense, dramatic way. And when we do that, we tend to feel more. Um, we tend to be more in a place, in a corner that is hard to get out from and be light and be shallow and engage in activities that are not helping you, giving you that sense of meaning and purpose in what you're doing, which is ultimately what you're looking for, is how am I going to feel better about myself again? Also, you may be putting too much of your own emotional distresses in the way you are dealing with the physical aspects of life. So you may be having some difficulty focusing on work, focusing on money matters, focusing on your health, on how you are taking care of yourself, because all this spin of repetitive thoughts that you are not good enough, that nobody thinks you are good enough, that you are not loved, or that you can never achieve your dreams and your goals, whichever negative focus you are in right now, they can end up interfering in places and areas of life that they shouldn't. And so look, shift your perception, because whatever you think you've lost, there's something still there. So either a relationship, either a job situation and circumstance, whichever brought you a sense or is bringing you a sense of disappointment, of bitterness, of sorrow, or regret, there's something to be looked at. If you turn around, there's love present, there's healing present there, but you need to shift your perception and watch from a different perspective on things. In emotional level, you do have the Four of Cups. Again, it's a sense of dissatisfaction with how your life is going, with how your relationships are going, with whatever you're being granted and offer at this time, because you need some evaluation of what do you really want. The reason why you're not feeling happy and content with the relationships you are in right now, with the people approaching you right now, with any type of energy that is coming your way, it's because you have to make that evaluation, that journey on your own of understanding where your real needs are and how you can meet them on your own before somebody else can do that for you, because nobody can. Relationships help us, yes, in exchange of experiences and feelings and the awakening of certain energies that it can bring. But they can never, never, never give us on their own that sense of happiness that we tend, all of us, to project and go after in other people. We have to find that solace and that place of fulfillment on our own. And until we do so, we are never going to feel happy or fully satisfied or fully safe and secure in the relationships we are in right now. So the Four of Cups is telling you to go within, make some contemplation on your feelings, and try to see why you are not feeling happy or satisfied with what you have and with what you are being presented with. There's also a sense that you could uh, miss some opportunities because of your passivity, because your inability to try something new and to release yourself from this, the devil in your mind, because you may be focused again on things you've lost on a relationship specifically, that it didn't go the way you were expecting. It doesn't mean that this relationship again doesn't have still love, because maybe it does. But the way both uh, participants are engaging in it, it's not promoting the love that's there. It's promoting this sense of addiction, obsession, big, big, overwhelming desire to be with that person, but many times for the wrong reasons. And so when we talk not only about relationships, we also talk about, again, any type of obsession with things that we believe are going to bring that fulfillment that we are looking for. And only we are selling our soul, because there's no such thing as outside influences bringing us that truthful contentment. That's something we have to find on our own, and each individual has their own unique way of getting there. We can arrange tools, we can feel better and more supported to do that work with others. We can study, we can listen to YouTube tarot readers, we can do plenty of things, but at the end of the day, the only thing that is going to bring us that truthful sense of refuge and security is when you find out what is missing, what is lacking. Many times the Five of Pentacles is poverty mindset. He's feeling that nobody loves you, God doesn't love you, the universe doesn't love you, there's nothing out there, and you are so focused on this type of beliefs that you walk by every time into support and help, and you miss it because you are not opening up your perception of the reality that it's there, of what truthfully is there, especially when this is in your spirit position. You are not trusting in June your spiritual, the spiritual help, and that in spirit you can find healing, you can find love, and that it, spirit is there to guide you as well into this journey, because you may be so distracted with the outside world, you may believe that because things are not going the way you want, you may believe that there's nothing, there's no help from any source. And this on its own creates the devil, creates an energy of negative focus and unhealthy ways of looking for fulfillment. Addictions, spending, unhealthy ties, sexual pleasures. There's nothing wrong with all of that. Those are the instincts that we are all born with. But when we are engaging on those instincts, looking for gratification and easy ways out, it's not going to work, and you will feel emptier by the minute. So in June, look to what is wrong, look to what you feel is missing, contemplate it, be with it, do not run from it, do not avoid it. If you feel the need to just be out on your own for a while, be it. If you need to withdraw, but not to avoid or to run from the real issues here. Do that to heal, do that to understand, do that to look from different perspectives, and release yourself from anything that is taking your power away. Own back your power, Virgo, and June will feel lighter. Do not go after distractions. Go after what is real and what it feels right from a soul level. So I hope you have a great month. Thank you so much for all the comments, all the emails requiring personal readings. I'm deeply grateful for all of you, and hopefully, we'll see each other soon.